Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome back to another episode of Elevate at 8. This week we have a very, very special guest, Cynthia DeMatteo. She specializes in sculpture and mini sculpture. Primarily, she's been working on turp pearls right now, which is what we're giving away. I don't have them here with me, but we're giving away a little mini chocolate chip cookie and ice cream cone turp pearl made by Cynthia. Those will be up here on this page at elevate_glass_gallery. From today all the way through Monday at 4:20, we'll be picking a winner for that. I also wanted to mention that we do have a very small, limited capacity Heady Halloween get together that we'll be throwing. We're going to be doing like a little trunk or treat event over at our glass studio at 6331 East Platte. Hit us up on Instagram if you want to reserve your spot to vend or to just be a guest. But first, before we get to Cynthia, we're going to jump over to Steve.
What up, y'all? I'm Steve with Elev8, and tonight I really want to say thanks a lot for joining us on this super awesome Elevate at 8. Tonight we're going to be doing an interview with DeMatteo Glass. She's super fire. Her work is unbelievable. It's out of control dope. And get ready for this because I'm super excited to listen to her and get to know more about her and everything like that. Also, I really want to let you guys know as well, check us out. We're doing Heady Halloween. That's going to be popping up here. Check us out on the site. And anyways, I really want to say thanks a lot. Elevate mind, body, spirit. And this is really going to be cool. Chris, let's check it out, man.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve. That was so great. Now, our very special interview with Cynthia DeMatteo, also known as DeMatteo Art on Instagram. Hey, Cynthia. Thanks for joining with us.
Hi.
So, how did you get
Thank
started
you
blowing
for having
glass?
me.
Oh, absolutely. We appreciate you joining us. How did you get started blowing glass?
Um, Actually, it was my husband that got us into glass blowing. He was a tattoo artist when I first met him, and that was my original plan. I was going to learn how to do tattoos and work with him. But eventually he just got really sick of doing tattoos and he was looking for another like creative career. So he talked to a bunch of different artists online and ordered the equipment, and he taught himself by trial and error, and
Very
then he
cool.
taught me. So while he was teaching himself, I was making clay sculpted pipes, like clay designs
Yeah,
sculpted onto glass pipes.
yeah, definitely. If you scroll way
And
back
I
down
did
on her
that,
page, you can check those awesome pieces out.
yes, I did that for about 4 years before I jumped into glass. So I got a lot of good experience with sculpting as well as everything involved with running your own business.
Nice.
But the beginning was actually really, really, really hard. Like getting into glass blowing was so hard, I can't even explain it. We moved all the way from Alabama to Colorado
Nice.
thinking, oh, that's where all of the opportunity is,
Yeah,
like, right? That's where so many head shops that can buy our glass and other artists that we could link up with and learn from, as well as like cannabis events and glass events.
absolutely.
But when we got there, it just did not work out like that at all. We immediately struggled. It was really hard. So my husband found a job with a small glass company in Colorado Springs called Green Monster Glass.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Um,
we're here in Colorado Springs, and I don't think I've ever heard of them before.
yeah, and he worked really, really hard for them for a few weeks. He drove like 3 hours a day to get to work and back, and he just worked really hard for them. And then they failed to pay their employees.
Oh
They
wow.
didn't pay anybody anything, and we were really, really, really counting on that check.
Yeah.
So we ended up losing our rental home, and we had to move into a cheap motel. And shout out to my friend Pedro Grime Glass.
Yeah, absolutely. We know grime.
Basically took our family in, and he let us sleep on his couch for a really long time.
Wow.
So him and his wife Emma are just really good people. They have really good hearts, and
Absolutely.
yes, I'm incredibly grateful for them. But I just feel like it's a huge, important issue that no one ever talks about. It's so important to pay your employees, pay
Yeah.
your in-house artists, take
Absolutely.
good care of your people. Any business that doesn't take good care of their people will eventually fail.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't have loyal employees when you're not paying them. Exactly.
Exactly.
So, how long have you been behind the torch?
This winter it will be 6 years, but I have been making and selling art under the name DeMatteo Art for almost 10 years now.
Wow. What are the other sorts of art do you make besides those clay sculptures?
Well, I started off drawing just like pencil and paper portraits for people, and then I started making like polymer clay jewelry, and then that's when I got into clay pipes, and eventually I moved on to working with this epoxy resin clay, which is way more hard to work with, but it's just top quality clay. But eventually I just thought I need to make the best quality possible product. So that's why I really wanted to get into glass, because my pipes were cool, but at the same time they were breaking and
Yeah.
just clay, just
Absolutely.
inferior materials.
What are like the main differences between sculpting clay and sculpting glass?
Ooh, glass has so much more to it, like science-wise. There's a lot of chemistry going on that, well, it's hard to understand. There's
Yeah.
flame chemistry,
Absolutely.
and then the different colors have different types of metals in them, and all react differently.
Exactly.
Clay is like 1,000 times easier. You poke and push and form it however you want, and you're done. With the glass, it's experimenting and failing over and over. Things explode, and it's
Yeah.
dangerous, and
Absolutely.
it's pretty
Things
crazy.
crack for seemingly no
Definitely.
reason.
Yes, it's operating on just a whole completely different level.
Definitely.
For sure.
Glass, you can't use your hands at all either. You're using just tools entirely.
Yeah, I was always afraid I might try to touch it, but so far I've been pretty good about not
That's
getting.
good to hear.
Yeah.
What was the first item you made out of glass on your own, and did you keep it?
Ooh. I think we do have pretty much all of my beginning pieces, just because my husband feels sentimental about them and he kept them. I would have chucked them all in the trash.
Yeah,
I think the first thing I made was an implosion pendant, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's definitely one of the first things that I made after I was getting to clear marbles, because that was probably the first thing, was just a plain clear marble. So you mentioned that your husband was your mentor when you were starting. Did he have any Oh no, you said he was self-taught completely.
Yep,
Did he have any other
completely
students,
self-taught.
or was it just you and him, or him and you figuring it out together?
Well, he figured it out pretty much all on his own.
Gotcha.
Let me see. We talked. Well, everyone we hung out with in Colorado they were also beginner glass blowers, so we all just kind of tried to figure it out together, but no one really knew what they were doing.
Very cool.
It's really hands-on. You figure it out or you won't.
Yeah, absolutely. What drew you to focus your work in the area of sculpting?
That's just my favorite thing. I'm just a natural sculptor. It really comes easy to me, I guess.
Nice. You do the really, really small things, I've been noticing a lot, like turp pearls and things like that. What is the hardest part of sculpting that small?
The hardest part is probably just having a steady hand, really precise and accurate, because when it's on such a tiny scale, the smallest little movement or mistake will ruin the whole thing, and you have to start all over.
Yeah.
So you just have to be pretty much exact with every movement you make.
Yeah, there's no eraser in glass, really.
No, not really.
What's your favorite type of item to blow? Like a pendant, pipes?
Well, it's definitely turp pearls. I'm just so stoked about those, seriously.
Nice. Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of yours that we have in stock, and we've got two. I don't have them here, but we got two really cool ones: a little ice cream cone and a chocolate chip cookie that we're giving away.
Yes, thank you guys so much for supporting my art.
Thanks for
and I want
doing
to
this with
thank
us.
give a shout out and thank Guru Glass, because he made the first, from what I understand, he made the first Turp Pearl, and so he just put that idea out into the community.
And it's exploded.
Yes, my friend Kylie Dabbs is the one who educated me on the fact that pearls don't have to be perfectly round, and whoever came up with spinner caps, like, that just makes them so fun. And so thanks to those people, they've really just ignited a fire of interest in tiny glass, which I'm just so excited about. That's my favorite thing to do, my favorite thing to make. Ever since I first started blowing, like, everything I made was way too tiny, and I kept having to push myself to go bigger and go bigger. But everyone loves the tiny, so
Absolutely.
I'm comfortable there, and I love making them. It's just a favorite.
Absolutely. I love them, and I know everybody that I've seen see your work loves them, so keep up the awesome work. You do lots of characters, like from cartoons, movies, TV shows like that. What is your favorite character to sculpt?
Oh, favorite character? Okay, that one caught me off guard. Probably my childhood #1 favorites are Nightmare Before Christmas. Anything from Nightmare Before Christmas, I'm just gaga over. Invader Zim, Little Shop of Horrors, anything that's just cute and creepy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What is your most requested, like, series or movie or character to make?
Most requested, I'm not sure about the series, but I get way too many requests for blunt tips and Turp Pearls. Mostly like the little snack munchies that I made, like the Funyuns and Cheetos. I get a ton of requests for those, but they really take so long to make, and I only have 2 little hands, so I don't make them that often, and I like to really try to come up with new ideas every day. I get bored of doing the same stuff over and over, so I haven't exactly pleased everyone with the amount I'm putting out, probably, but it's just hard to keep up with the demand. But definitely I'd say the junk food snacks, and man, the character requests are just kind of all over the map, to be honest.
What sort of things could we look forward to in the future for DeMatteo art?
Well, I would love to hopefully maybe one day take some classes and learn how to make, like, hollow sculpted character rigs. I'd love to get good at disc flips, drawing on glass.
Absolutely.
And everything cold working related, like carving with a dental drill, faceting, electroforming, all kinds of cold working. There's really so many different directions I could go in. It's exciting.
Absolutely, and with your background with drawing, that would seem like that would transfer to disc flips relatively easily. I mean, it's again, like sculpting with clay and sculpting with glass, it's different things, but the drawing aspect, like, I don't draw very well, and I'm not going to try disc flips anytime soon. But for someone like you who has a background with drawing, I'm sure that's something that you could relatively easily transfer into and pick up.
I agree.
I'm super excited to see that. I can't wait. Do you have, or do you collaborate often with other artists?
Less and less all the time, to be honest. I find that it can be really cool and fun to connect with other artists, but at the same time, there's a million different things that can go wrong, and a lot of different headaches or miscommunications.
Absolutely.
And I really honestly just prefer to work by myself and do whatever I want.
Gotcha. And so I noticed you do have a few collaborations that you've done with Grime Glass. You mentioned, I'd seen that there was one on your page, and a couple of caught my eye. Grateful Dead collabs with High Grade Mike. Those ones
Mike, yeah.
Super
that
cool.
One's probably my favorite collab ever created. I love that.
The rig or the Sherlocks?
Oh, I forgot. We did 3 of them. Probably the ice cream cone rig.
Yeah.
That was just epic. I love his lathe turned rigs because get that nice fat base on them.
Absolutely.
It's so clean.
Absolutely. I spent more than a couple minutes staring at that piece.
Yeah, high grade Mike is really talented. He's got some really good work.
Even after all these years, do you still find that you have the same love and passion for glass blowing as when you started?
Actually, it's more and more all the time. I'm super excited. And more excited every day, I think. It's just a lot of fun, and it's literally childhood dream come true. So, how could I not be excited?
Was art that you always wanted to, something that you always wanted to do?
Yes. Ever since I was a little tiny kid, I remember being praised for my effort, if not talents, when I was in preschool. But just my whole life, I've always been entering art contests and, just trying to be the best.
It's awesome to see somebody living the dream.
Very, very passionate about art. And I never knew that was really a realistic option. I honestly thought I was going to have to, I don't know, become an orthodontist or something. I didn't even realize that I could be an artist. So it wasn't exactly a dream because I didn't know it could be. But man, deep down, it's definitely what I've always wanted to do. I can't imagine myself doing anything else.
Is Instagram like the primary place where you sell your work, or do you have a website or anything like that?
It's pretty much all on Instagram, everything. I don't even bother posting to other sites. I don't have a website just because I'm pretty technology dumb, I guess. I would have to pay someone else to do it or get my husband to build a site, and I hate not being in control of everything. I want to be able to do it all myself, and I'm just not there yet.
For sure. So
right now I do every single sale through Instagram messages, basically.
Nice.
And just use all the payment apps to check out. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's all. I feel like it might take a little work and pressure off of me if I did have a website, but then again, I wouldn't be talking one-on-one with every single purchase, every collector. I feel like it's good to connect like that.
Yeah, that's something that is pretty unique about the glass industry as far as being through Instagram, is that the buyer and the artist, for most of the transactions, are talking directly or purchasing directly from the artist, and that gives a really cool feeling as a collector, and I'm sure as the artist, being able to hear all this amazing feedback from your fans is incredible.
Right. With a website, you're not talking to anybody.
Exactly.
It's just click, done. Yeah.
Definitely. So you mentioned that you had been selling your art for what did you say, 10 years now?
Yeah.
How did you do that before Instagram was a thing? Because Instagram hasn't been around for 10 years.
Facebook. In the beginning, when I was drawing pictures and making sculptures, I got a pretty good Facebook following and sold it all through Facebook. And then when Instagram became the next big thing, I just switched everything over and stopped logging into Facebook altogether.
Nice.
I feel like Instagram is a little more business oriented. On Facebook, everyone wants to have really, really long conversations.
Yeah.
And I just, as a business owner, I simply don't have time.
Yeah.
I want, to move through everything quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
Instagram is really good for that.
It sure is. Where can we give you a follow on Instagram?
At DeMatteo Art.
Awesome.
You might want to include a link or something, because
we'll
I know that's
a little
hard to
there
spell, hard to remember, maybe.
No,
but
it's
just my name.
So thank you for dressing up like this. We appreciate you celebrating a little bit of the Halloween spooky season. I don't know if everybody can read that, but it says "Property of Joe Exotic" right there on her collar. If you don't know, it's from Tiger King. Go watch Tiger King.
Yes, love it.
Hilarious. I loved it. Thank you so much for joining us today, Cynthia. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You have a wonderful day, and keep killing it with your awesome glasswork. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Carol Baskin killed her husband.
She sure
Bye.
did. Bye. Well, that was super awesome. Thanks so much to Cynthia again for doing that interview with us. I really love her little sculptures, and her dressing up in that costume was super fun to get with the Halloween spirit we got coming up. Before we end here, I'm going to jump over to Teresa with Elev8 Veterans and Casey with Elev8 Dolls.
Guys, it's Casey with Elev8, and I'm an Elev8 doll. But I really want to show you about my Super Surfer right now because I got it with my coupon code. So I got my Super Surfer customized, as you can see, with a sunflower on it. And Steve, the owner, he made me this custom amazing knob, which I love so much. So you can get one of these if you join and you get a 10% off code. You can get one of these with your discount. And I think that's waggin', don't you? Like, how cool is this? You can also get a t-shirt or a pendant. All you have to do is go to elev8glassgallery.com, look under info, look under partnerships, and sign up with us. Join the family. It's a really big family, and we are a lot of fun to be around.
Hey everybody, it's Teresa, and tonight I am on Miami Beach. I'm here with my buddy Bunny. She's also a veteran, and I am here in Miami because on Saturday night we're having what's called a masquerade, where there'll be people in the cannabis industry getting together, and we'll be experiencing the Silver Surfer uphand and in person. We just tried it, so that might be why I'm stuttering a little bit. These two totally just really rock their world.
Super
so you'll be hearing from them. Excuse my outfit, but I wanted to wear my veteran shirt, and I have Bunny here. She's representing Elev8 Dolls. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. Remember, Elev8 Veterans is here to help you and your veteran friends rehabilitate back into society. We provide glass blowing lessons and vaporizers to veterans that qualify. Thank you so much, and Elev8, mind, body, and spirit.
Well, thank you so much for you guys for joining. Thanks so much to Casey, Teresa, and Steve for joining, and a very big thank you to Cynthia DeMatteo for joining with us today. You can give her a follow on Instagram at DeMatteo Art. Check out all of her amazing work. Don't forget, we do have a giveaway that we're doing with her on our page, Elev8_glass_gallery, and that'll be up until Monday at 4:20 p.m. We're going to select a winner for that. Don't forget, we do have a little Halloween get-together that we're doing at our studio. Hit us up for more information on that to get your spot reserved. And we'll see you next week. Thanks so much, guys. Elev8, mind, body, spirit.